Thank you so much to Exchange Bank for sponsoring the series of this for this year. Also, thank you to Sarah Catherine Howler and Ms. Andrea Roberg for joining us today, speaking about business services and financial tools for your business Exchange Bank has.
Good morning, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us today. Like Will said, we're here to give y'all a brief overview of what financial tools your businesses can use in partnership with your bank and what we have to offer. So I am the branch manager for our Gadsden location, which is on 3rd Street, just right up the road. So I help open checking accounts and do business loans, and then Andrea is part of our cash management side, so she partnerships with the businesses as well, helping them with cash management, remote deposit capture, and credit cards and various other things to make sure your business is covered in every area that you need help with. So I am going to talk briefly about what we can offer on the deposit side with checking accounts. We have several different business accounts that are available. We offer a basic business account, and then we also offer business prime accounts, and then our business analysis checking accounts. All of them are your usual checking accounts that give you the capability to write your checks and also have mobile banking, or can attach remote deposit capture and all the other features Andrea will talk about in just a little bit. Our business prime accounts do earn a little bit of interest on a tiered basis depending on your balance that you have in the account at the time. And then our analysis checking account, the rate is based off your activity for the month. So sometimes we will sit down and do analysis on your current bank account to see if the basic business or the business analysis checking account would be a better fit for you, so that you make sure you're getting the best checking account that is out there for you. So we always have more information on all of those types of accounts if it's something that you would be interested in. We also offer business loans for our business customers. And we have term loans, business lines of credit if you need them for, working capital or for anything associated with the business. And then we also do mortgages, construction loans, and SBA loans. We can partnership with the SBA to, if it's a first-time business, or to get a loan started for you on that route. And then we also offer business credit cards. We have several businesses that will do credit cards, especially if you have employees that need credit cards to help, if they're out doing purchasing for the business. Our credit cards are very competitive in rates. And one big perk about our credit cards is that we have a credit card department within our bank that'll help work with you with the Visa company, so you don't have to call a random 800 number and talk to them. And then you earn scorecard reward points on those, where you can get items back with your purchases. So those are 3 of the ways that I help business customers on my side. And then I'm going to let Andrea discuss all of the stuff that she helps businesses with.
Hi everybody, I'm Andrea Roberg. I am also over at the Gadsden office. I handle commercial services, among other things. One of the main things we do is we set people up with cash management. What cash management is the ACH origination of direct deposit payroll, direct debits or payments, and cash concentration. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some of the benefits, why it may help you to be able to offer these, and then I'll let you know everything that we offer. The benefits to employers for direct deposit payroll. One of them is reduced risk of fraud counterfeit checks, and lost or stolen checks. One of the reasons why it helps with the fraud is because when you do the direct deposit payroll, you're not actually giving your employees a physical check. It is actually going to be sent electronically to their bank account. So your routing number and your account number will not be on that. So you do not have to worry about someone intercepting that check and making copies of it. Another benefit is the potential for errors are reduced because direct deposit requires less manual handling than a check. Usually there's less hands involved when it's done through direct deposit payroll. There's a timely payment, even when employees are away. So you don't have to worry about checks being outstanding, people not cashing their checks, and you don't have to worry about getting in touch with employees who need to come and pick up their checks and everything like that. It just automatically goes into their checking account. Also, reduced bookkeeping. The immediate payments into the employee accounts, there's no delay in check cashing, and there's one single transaction for the total amount of the payroll file listed on the account. So it's easier to balance the payroll account. So you don't have to wait for each and every check to come through and clear. Basically, when you do a batch, it's got everybody in that batch. That one single item will hit your account, and you know at that point everybody is paid, and you do not have to wait for those checks to clear. There's online transaction reports that are available immediately. Our system will go back for 2 years. So if you have any questions about what you may have paid somebody or anything like that, it's out there for 2 years. And you can't delete it. And the employers like that because there's no way they can go back and hide if someone is doing something that's handling the payroll. They can't hide that maybe they paid themselves a little bit too much or anything. It's out there. There's no way they can change that. Also, there's a cost savings. If you do the direct deposit payroll, there's fewer checks used. There's less items for the account fees because a lot of times you're paid per, when you're doing your checking fees, you may actually get a per item charge on any checks written. You're not going to have that with direct deposit payroll. There's less dot payment and lost check fees. There's less employee time for processing the payroll and balancing the account. And there's less employee time spent cashing checks on the employer's time. We've actually had several people that come to us to do direct deposit payroll because they were having their employees, they had jobs where they all had trucks and were riding around town doing their jobs, but it seemed like they were taking too much time away from their actual job by coming and making deposits and everything like that, doing their own personal business on employee time. Okay, and you can also use it as an employee benefit by splitting payroll into multiple accounts, including savings accounts. You can actually even do loan accounts, but we don't have many people that actually choose to offer to make the loan payments for employees, but that can be done. And then also, you don't have to wait for additional signers to come and sign the checks. And this was a big issue during COVID when people all of a sudden it hit really quickly. And so people were working from home and people didn't want to be around people, and they were having to contact other employees to come in and sign checks. Because a lot of people, they still require maybe having 2 signatures on the check. But if they do have that feature set up that they want the dual control, we can do dual control through the cash management as well. We can have one employee enter the information, and then we can have one employee actually approve it. So it's there for, if you want that, it's just an extra security feature that some customers would want. Okay, so the direct deposit payroll, the benefits to employees. They have earlier access to the payroll than by check. The funds are available in the account the morning of the effective date. So how it works is you'll either have to send that file 1 or 2 days prior by our cutoff time. When we accept that file, that evening it actually goes through the Fed line, and it is sitting at that other bank's bank that evening. So when they come in the morning, they just pull the file in, and those funds are already there. So a lot of times, if there's ever any kind of issue, if an employee didn't get paid the right amount, they know it very, very quickly. A lot of times you'll start getting the calls at 8:30 because they've already checked their online banking and they can see what their deposit is. There's no extra trips to the office to pick up a check if they are out of town or off. There's no trips to the bank to make a deposit, which we discussed. That's actually a really good benefit for the employer as well. Payments are never lost, stolen, delayed in the mail. And we have been seeing a lot of issues with delays in mails lately and things like that. So you don't have to worry about that. And you don't have to worry about going in and doing stop payments on these checks. Payments are never misplaced. So if an employee ever goes and accidentally says, oh, I don't know what I've done, I need you to go back and recreate the check. Normally what you would have to do is you'd have to put a stop payment on the other check and then reissue a replacement check. You don't have to worry about that. And then you may be able to split the payroll into different accounts and banks. And that's a benefit to the employees because it actually can give them the ability to start saving some money. Okay, now I'm going to talk about direct debits or direct payments. And what that is you're collecting ACH payments by withdrawing money directly from your customer's bank account. It can speed up your accounts receivable and improve your cash flow by ensuring that you get payments in a timely manner. Businesses that benefit the most by using direct debits, health, fitness, and exercise centers, daycare and child care facilities, landlords and property management companies, utility companies, and one of the things I don't have on here, we have a lot of, we actually have private schools who utilize this for tuition, and they also use it for payroll. Okay, another thing that you can do through cash management is cash concentration. And that's a way to centralize funds from multiple business accounts at different banks through ACH origination. The money can be moved in or out of the accounts, and it can eliminate or reduce idle bank balances in outlying accounts. So basically, what that does is like businesses that have multiple locations and they make deposits into like either different banks, they can move all the money to or from however they need to from our accounts to another bank or from those accounts to us. So that also helps them if they have an account that earns interest. They can actually move those funds from non-interest bearing accounts into ours so they can earn that interest. Okay, so that was cash management. Another thing I do is remote deposit capture. And remote deposit capture, that's a way to process payments without sending paper checks to your financial institution. So when you receive a check is scanned at your business and it's sent to the bank electronically. So it can save time and money by decreasing trips to the bank. RDC, or remote deposit capture, it's best for businesses that make frequent deposits but don't have much cash needs. But it also benefits businesses that are in remote areas. One of the customers that I was the most surprised at that had requested this service, I didn't think that it would benefit them because it was a convenience store. A lot of times convenience stores has a lot of cash needs, but they are in a very remote area. So they were having to drive a good bit to the bank to go and bring the cash in and make the deposits. Well, they decided that it was actually be more beneficial for them to make less frequent trips to the bank. So they would actually go and hold the cash and everything for 1 to 2 days a week. And for anything else, if they had checks or anything like that, they were actually using the remote deposit capture to go ahead and make those deposits. Okay. And then we also offer merchant services. And the benefits of merchant services, well, the first benefit is actually what it is. It's the ability to accept credit or debit card payments. Right now, cards are the preferred payment option of most customers. Cash is no longer king. Very few people actually carry cash. So pretty much if you're doing business, you've got to be able to accept the credit and debit cards. One of the reasons why a lot of customers right now are wanting to use credit cards as opposed to cash is because they also get the scorecard rewards, they get travel awards and things like that. They get benefits for using that. So they're actually going and getting those points. Another benefit is increased sales, because customers spend more money when given the option to use cards over cash. So if somebody goes in and sees some really awesome item that they would like to have, but they don't have enough cash, if you don't accept the cards, then they're going to leave without it. It also gives you the ability for better money management. Instead of counting cash, electronic payments can help keep your business organized and allow for better cash flow management and forecasting. A lot of these terminals now that they've got, the point of sale terminals, they actually will even help you keep track of inventory. It will also help avoid bad checks and the hassle and costs associated with bounced checks. A lot of businesses now don't accept checks because of the time it takes to go and try to get the money back from the bad checks. So you really have to be able to accept either credit cards or debit cards. Also, if you want to continue with the accepting the checks, most purchase services also have the ability, it's a little add-on, that you can go out and set it up where you can go and look and see if that customer is on a list of people that have bounced checks previously. So it also helps you that way. Benefit is customer convenience, because it gives them the flexibility to make purchases in different ways. Okay, so that's all your benefits for the products that I pretty much handle. But the Exchange Bank, our business services, I was just going to let you know, we do offer Exchange Business Online. That's internet banking with the ability to download account history to Quicken, QuickBooks, and other financial management software. Again, I've like I said before, it's any of our information on internet banking is out there for 2 years. It also will give you the ability to do bill pay, online bill pay. We offer the cash management and ACH services. The cash management is actually a module that is built onto your internet banking account. So you do it within one system. And so that gives you the ability for the direct deposit payroll, the direct debits or direct payments, EFTPS, which is the electronic funds tax payment services. That's where you actually go and you can make your tax payments to the government. The cash concentration, and positive pay, which I didn't mention, but positive pay, what it does is if you write a lot of checks, you can actually go and every day there's a file of the checks you've written, and you go and say whether you want to pay it or you want to stop it or not pay it. But it is timely. Somebody has to monitor it on every day. If they don't go and actually say to pay it, it does get returned. So you have to make sure if you do that, you're on top of it. And the people who do that the most, a lot of times it's life insurance companies. They use the positive pay feature. And again, we offer the remote deposit capture. And then we offer the merchant services through Bank Card of America. So anyway, that's what we offer on that. And if you're interested in any of those products that I covered, you would actually contact me.